On a serene Sunday afternoon, Sophia, a devoted and nurturing single mother, relished a rare moment of leisure at home with her 8-year-old daughter, Valeria. Valeria, a vivacious girl with cascading golden locks and eyes brimming with wonder, filled their home with the infectious energy of youth, always immersed in games, laughter, and exploration. As they cozied up to watch their favorite movie together, Valeria's effervescent presence illuminated Sophia's world with joy. However, the tranquility was shattered when Valeria approached her mother with an uncharacteristic expression of discomfort etched upon her face. "Mama, my chest hurts," Valeria murmured softly, her gaze downturned as she gingerly touched her chest, confusion and apprehension clouding her features. Initially, Sophia brushed off Valeria's comment, attributing it to a minor mishap during play or perhaps an uncomfortable posture during their movie time. However, the persistent distress etched on Valeria's face prompted Sophia to investigate further. Observing her daughter's distress, Sophia gently examined Valeria's chest, finding no outward signs of injury or anomaly. Yet, Valeria's discomfort persisted, her words tinged with uncertainty and a hint of distress. "I truly feel discomfort, Mama. I remember hurting myself here before, but it feels different now," Valeria expressed, her discomfort palpable despite her attempts to mask it. Sophia's heart clenched with concern at her daughter's plight, her maternal instincts urging her to alleviate Valeria's discomfort. "Let's tuck you into bed, my little light. Perhaps rest will ease your discomfort," Sophia suggested, enveloping Valeria in a tender embrace, determined to soothe her daughter's unease. "Yes, Mama, I think I'll head to bed now. It's been such a lovely day." "Thank you," Valeria murmured gratefully as she received a tender kiss on her forehead from her mother. "Off you go to your room. I'll finish up a few things here, and I'll come give you your morning kiss," Sophia replied warmly, bidding her daughter goodnight as she watched her retreat to her room. When Sophia bid farewell to the room, her thoughts drifted to the journey of motherhood she had embarked upon since the moment she learned of her pregnancy. From the earliest days in her womb, Sophia had nurtured and protected Valeria with unwavering devotion. Now, at 8 years old, Sophia's dedication to her daughter knew no bounds. Every meal prepared for Valeria was a testament to Sophia's commitment to her daughter's health. The little girl had never tasted the indulgence of pizzas, hot dogs, or sugary sodas, as Sophia ensured that her diet consisted solely of wholesome, nutritious foods. Moreover, Sophia's vigilant care extended beyond the kitchen. Concerned about Valeria's immune system, Sophia diligently prepared protein-packed smoothies and provided her with vitamin tablets, bolstering her defenses against any lurking viruses in the environment. As Valeria retired to her room to rest, Sophia couldn't help but reflect on the pride she felt in her daughter. Turning to address her late husband, Marcos, who had passed away several years ago, Sophia felt a pang of sorrow mingled with gratitude for the cherished memories they had shared. Sophia's meticulous attention to Valeria's well-being was a testament to the love and devotion she harbored for her daughter. From the moment she learned of her pregnancy at the age of 40, Sophia and Marcos had affectionately dubbed Valeria their "little miracle," a sentiment that had only deepened Sophia's resolve to provide the best possible care for her daughter. Seeking guidance from specialists and tirelessly researching the best practices, Sophia spared no effort in ensuring Valeria's health and happiness. As Sophia reached the age of 48, she found herself navigating the early stages of menopause. Anticipating the potential challenges this transition might bring, Sophia diligently followed her family doctor's prescribed medications, aiming to ease the impact of this natural phase as much as possible. After completing various tasks around the house to ensure a smooth start to the next day, which involved taking Valeria to school before heading to work, Sophia made her way to her daughter's room to bid her goodnight. Upon entering, she found Valeria peacefully asleep, her innocent features softened in slumber. With utmost care, Sophia leaned in to plant a gentle kiss on Valeria's forehead, whispering, "Sweet dreams, my love," before quietly slipping out of the room, leaving her daughter to rest undisturbed. As time passed, however, Valeria's discomfort persisted, refusing to relent. One afternoon, upon returning from school, she confided in her mother once more, her voice tinged with concern. "Mom, the discomfort in my chest won't go away," Valeria expressed, gesturing toward the source of her distress. "It's getting worse, and I haven't injured myself there. I don't understand why it won't stop." Sophia's heart clenched with worry at her daughter's words, her own eyes moistening with tears of concern. "You hadn't mentioned this before," she remarked, surprised by the severity of Valeria's discomfort. "We'll visit the doctor tomorrow. We need to understand what's happening." With a newfound determination to address Valeria's ailment, Sophia resolved to seek professional guidance, recognizing that the persistent discomfort in her daughter's chest was far from normal and warranted immediate attention. The following day, Sophia accompanied Valeria to the girl's doctor's office for a thorough examination. Sophia hoped that the doctor would be able to identify the source of Valeria's discomfort and prescribe a suitable treatment to alleviate it once and for all. Upon entering the office, the doctor greeted them warmly, a playful twinkle in her eyes as she addressed Valeria. "What's my healthiest patient doing here?" she teased, extending a lollipop to the little girl with a gentle smile. With a concerned expression, Sophia explained the reason for their visit. For several weeks, Valeria has been experiencing discomfort in her chest. "It's concerning because she hasn't sustained any injuries," Sophia explained, her worry palpable in her tone. "Let's take a look and see what's going on, shall we?" the doctor replied reassuringly, directing Valeria to the examination table. As she began her assessment, Valeria winced slightly at the touch on her chest, prompting Sophia to anxiously await the doctor's findings. After a thorough examination, the doctor turned to Sophia with a reassuring smile. "There's nothing out of the ordinary with Valeria. It's possible that at her young age of 8, she's undergoing an early hormonal process," the doctor explained calmly. "It's uncommon but not unheard of. She may soon experience her first menstruation, which could be causing the discomfort in her chest." Relieved by the doctor's diagnosis, Sophia's tension eased. "So, I shouldn't be worried?" she asked, seeking confirmation. "No, there's no need for concern. Valeria is simply growing up faster than expected," the doctor replied with a comforting tone. With a sense of relief washing over her, Sophia smiled gratefully as they left the consultation room, reassured by the doctor's words and hopeful for Valeria's smooth transition into adolescence. In the company of Valeria, Sophia ventured to the pharmacy nestled in their quaint, close-knit town. Situated in a remote area where familiarity was a cornerstone of daily life, the pharmacy was a welcoming haven for the locals, providing essentials with a friendly touch. While they entered the pharmacy, Sophia and Valeria procured everything they needed to prepare for Valeria's impending first menstruation. Sophia's heart swelled with a mix of pride and apprehension as she witnessed her daughter's journey into womanhood. She felt a sense of security in knowing that they were taking proactive steps to navigate this milestone together. Days turned into weeks, and Sophia maintained her steadfast routine of providing Valeria with nourishing meals, protein shakes, and daily vitamin supplements to ensure her daughter's strength and vitality. However, despite their preparations and the passage of time, Valeria continued to experience discomfort in her chest, and there was no sign of menstruation. Trusting the doctor's reassurance, Sophia carried on with their lives, embracing the arrival of the winter season. Valeria adorned herself in layers of seasonal clothing, bundling up in sweatshirts, jackets, and cozy coats to shield herself from the biting cold that blanketed the town. As the chilly months drifted by, Sophia couldn't help but notice that Valeria persisted in wearing her winter attire long after the cold had subsided. Intrigued by her daughter's reluctance to shed her layers, Sophia sensed that something weighed heavily on Valeria's heart, yet the girl remained tight-lipped, concealing a secret that gnawed at her soul. Valeria grappled with confusion and sorrow, grappling with the inexplicable changes unfolding within her young body. Feeling overwhelmed by her predicament and believing herself to be too young for such experiences, she resolved to keep her struggles hidden from her mother and the world, burying her anguish beneath layers of winter clothing in silent suffering. One day, without warning, Sophia entered Valeria's room and was met with a startling sight. Valeria hurriedly changing her clothes. Startled by her mother's sudden presence, Valeria froze in embarrassment, instinctively covering her chest with shame. Sophia gasped, her voice echoing with disbelief and concern as she took in the sight before her. "Valeria, why didn't you tell me about this?" she exclaimed, her heart heavy with worry for her young daughter. Valeria's eyes brimmed with tears as she struggled to find the words to explain her plight. "I'm sorry, Mama. I didn't know what to do," she murmured, her voice trembling with shame. "My chest has been hurting for so long, and now they're growing, and I don't understand why." Sophia's heart ached as she beheld her daughter's distress. "Since when has this been happening?" she inquired gently, her tone softened with empathy. Valeria's gaze remained fixed on the ground as she whispered, "For a while. I didn't want anyone to know. I'm so ashamed." Tears welled up in Sophia's eyes as she enveloped Valeria in a warm embrace. "Oh, my dear Valeria," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion. "You should never feel ashamed of your body. Let's go to the doctor together. They'll help us understand what's happening." "But what if they laugh at me?" Valeria murmured, her fear palpable. "They won't," Sophia reassured her, her voice firm with conviction. "We'll find answers and support together, I promise." With resolve in their hearts, mother and daughter exchanged their clothes and made their way to the doctor's office, united in their quest for understanding and acceptance. Upon their urgent arrival at the doctor's office, Sophia wasted no time in explaining the situation to the receptionist, her voice tinged with nervousness. "We need to see the doctor right away," she pleaded, her concern palpable. The receptionist, understanding the urgency of the situation, quickly ushered them into the doctor's cubicle. With a reassuring smile, the doctor greeted them, noting Valeria's flushed cheeks with concern. "What seems to be the issue?" she inquired gently. Sophia, her anxiety mounting, wasted no time in expressing her worries. "For months now, we've been awaiting Valeria's first signs of menstruation as you advised, but it hasn't happened. Instead, her chest has grown," she explained, her voice trembling with distress. The doctor listened attentively before guiding Valeria into the examination area. As she assessed the extent of the changes in Valeria's body, the doctor's surprise was evident. The remarkable growth of Valeria's chest at such a young age was indeed unusual. "Sophia," the doctor began, her tone thoughtful, "this early development is not necessarily dangerous, but it is certainly unexpected. Valeria's condition warrants further consultation with specialists. It's a mystery that requires careful observation and analysis." Overwhelmed by the uncertainty of the situation, Sophia turned to the medical professional for guidance. "What should I do?" she implored, her worry etched on her face. "Valeria needs to be closely monitored," the doctor advised. "If her symptoms persist or worsen, we need to investigate further to determine the cause and appropriate course of action." With a heavy heart and a myriad of unanswered questions, Sophia and Valeria left the doctor's office, bracing themselves for the journey ahead, knowing that they would face it together, no matter what challenges arose. As Valeria confessed her discomfort to her mother, Sophia's heart ached with empathy. "We'll wait a bit longer before seeking a specialist," Sophia reassured her, though her worry lingered beneath the surface. Taking Valeria's hand, they made their way home, Sophia's mind clouded with concern despite the doctor's assurances. With each passing day, the increasing size of Valeria's chest weighed heavily on Sophia's mind. Even through her winter clothes, the changes were noticeable, a constant source of worry for Sophia. As the heat of summer approached, Valeria's discomfort grew, prompting her tearful plea to stay home, shielded from the cruel taunts of her classmates. Sophia's heart shattered at her daughter's distress, her resolve solidifying in that moment. "You don't have to go out if you don't want to, mi amor," Sophia comforted her, wiping away Valeria's tears. Recognizing that their small town was abuzz with speculation about Valeria's condition, Sophia felt a pang of frustration mingled with helplessness. The whispers of neighbors and the sympathetic glances of acquaintances only added to Sophia's anxiety, fueling her determination to find answers for her daughter. One day, as Sophia bumped into her cousin at the supermarket, the topic of Valeria's condition arose. "You already know what's happening to Valeria," her cousin remarked quietly, her voice laced with sympathy. "She's too young for such developments." Sophia nodded, her frustration mounting. "The doctors can't give me a clear answer," she confided, her voice heavy with resignation. "All we can do is wait." Despite her efforts to maintain a facade of strength, Sophia's heart ached with uncertainty, longing for a resolution that seemed elusive. When Sophia and her cousin conversed, whispers began to circulate among their neighbors, fueling speculation about Valeria's condition. "Did you hear about Sophia's daughter?" one neighbor murmured to another. "Her chest is unusually large for her age. My nephews go to school with her, and they said she hasn't been there for days," another neighbor chimed in, adding to the growing concern. Soon, a group of relatives and neighbors gathered at Sophia's house, offering well-meaning advice and home remedies in hopes of finding a solution for Valeria's predicament. "There are several home remedies that might help slow down her growth," one neighbor suggested eagerly. Sophia's aunt chimed in with enthusiasm. "You should try them. It's worth a shot." Intrigued, Sophia listened as the neighbors shared their suggestions. One proposed a ginger-infused water remedy, explaining how ginger could accelerate metabolism and aid in fat loss around the abdominal and chest areas. Another suggested applying castor or coconut oil to Valeria's chest to help reduce its size. "Or try separating an egg white, beating it until it forms a paste, and applying it gently to her chest," she added. "Let it sit for 30 minutes, then rinse with diluted onion juice." "Low-fat diet can also make a difference," another neighbor offered. "Perhaps cutting out junk foods could help." Sophia nodded thoughtfully, grateful for the support and advice from her community. "Thank you all for your suggestions," she said sincerely. "We'll try anything to help Valeria feel better." Sophia expressed her gratitude to her concerned visitors, assuring them that she would consider all the suggestions offered. "Thank you all for caring about my little girl," she said warmly as she bid them farewell. Despite the community's support and the various remedies attempted, Valeria's condition showed no signs of improvement. Days turned into weeks, and Sophia watched helplessly as her daughter's chest continued to grow, burdening her with increasing discomfort. Their daily routine remained unchanged, with Sophia diligently preparing protein shakes and maintaining a balanced, low-fat diet for Valeria. However, Sophia's worry only deepened as she observed Valeria's reluctance to even leave her bed due to the heaviness of her chest. One morning, Sophia found Valeria still in bed, tears glistening in her eyes. "Valeria, why aren't you getting up for breakfast?" Sophia asked gently, concern etched in her voice. Valeria's response pierced Sophia's heart. "My chest is too heavy, Mom. I can't get up," she explained, her voice trembling with pain. "Every time I try, I feel discomfort in my chest and back because of the weight. Please, help me sit up." With a heavy heart, Sophia assisted Valeria, feeling utterly helpless in the face of her daughter's suffering. Despite her best efforts and the advice of friends and family, none of the home remedies seemed to alleviate Valeria's discomfort, leaving Sophia at a loss. Seeing her daughter confined to her bed, Sophia's distress reached a breaking point. Unable to bear seeing Valeria in such pain any longer, Sophia made a difficult decision and reached out to her own mother for help, desperate for guidance and support in finding a solution for Valeria's plight. Amalia, Sophia's mother, arrived at the cabin on the outskirts of town, ready to lend her support and wisdom to her daughter and granddaughter. As she beheld Valeria's condition, her heart sank at the sight of her granddaughter confined by the weight of her chest. "Why didn't you call me sooner?" Amalia chastised Sophia gently, her concern evident. "I can't imagine what you've been going through, but your mother is here to help you." Sophia, overwhelmed by her mother's presence, poured out her worries and frustrations, expressing her despair at the lack of answers from medical professionals. "I thought it was just an early hormonal process, but it's something beyond our control," she confided, her voice laden with concern. Embracing her mother tightly, Sophia felt a glimmer of hope knowing that Amalia was by her side. Together, they navigated the challenges that lay ahead, finding solace in each other's company. As the days passed, Amalia joined Sophia in caring for Valeria, immersing herself in the routines and rituals that brought comfort to her granddaughter. Yet, amidst the daily tasks, Amalia couldn't shake a growing suspicion. One day, while administering Valeria's vitamins, Amalia noticed a peculiar reaction from her granddaughter. "Why did you wrinkle your face?" she inquired, her curiosity piqued by Valeria's subtle aversion to the tablets. Without a response from Valeria, Amalia decided to investigate further. She retrieved one of the seemingly identical containers from the medicine cabinet and inspected its contents. To her horror, she discovered that the tablets were not vitamins but a medication she recognized all too well, a medication unsuitable for a young girl like Valeria. Alarmed by her discovery, Amalia rushed to alert Sophia, her heart pounding with concern. "Sophia, something's wrong," she exclaimed, her voice trembling with urgency as she revealed her findings. Sophia's stomach churned with dread as she followed her mother to the bathroom, her mind reeling with the implications of Amalia's discovery. Together, they faced a new challenge, determined to uncover the truth and protect Valeria from harm. Sophia's curiosity piqued as she examined the packages in her mother's hand. "What are these packages?" she inquired with furrowed brows. Amalia sighed, her expression tinged with concern. "Well, one contains medication prescribed by my gynecologist to alleviate my menopause symptoms, and the other holds Valeria's vitamins," she explained, her voice tinged with regret. "Unfortunately, a few months ago, I accidentally dropped them in the bathtub, damaging the labels. But I've since learned to differentiate between them." Realization dawned on Sophia as her mother spoke. "We need to take Valeria to the doctor immediately," Amalia declared urgently, her eyes reflecting a mix of worry and determination. "I believe I know what's been happening to her. I've noticed her grimacing when she takes her vitamins, and I recognize the tablet you've been giving her every day. Come on, daughter, we have to get her to the emergency room." Sophia's heart sank as she grappled with the weight of her mistake. "I caused that harm to my little girl," she confessed, her voice heavy with guilt. The doctor reassured Sophia, her gentle touch offering comfort. "There's no need to blame yourself, Sophia. The effects can be reversed once we eliminate the excess estrogen from her body," she explained, her words instilling a glimmer of hope in the distressed mother's heart. With the truth revealed about Valeria's condition, 3 generations of women returned home, resolving to permanently cease Valeria's morning vitamin intake to prevent any further mix-ups. Over several months, without estrogen intake, Valeria's symptoms gradually faded away. Initially, the discomfort in her chest vanished, followed by a noticeable reduction in size, restoring her to her natural state as an 8-year-old. Back at school, Valeria rejoined her friends, her happiness restored, free from the burden of her enlarged chest. She embraced her playful nature once more, running around the schoolyard with glee. The days of discomfort and worry due to the mistaken vitamins were behind them. Sophia ensured they were the correct chewable ones, sparing Valeria from any future distress. Sophia lovingly reassured her daughter one evening as they sat together watching a movie, witnessing Valeria's relief firsthand. Valeria expressed her joy at feeling better and eagerly anticipated playing with her friends without hindrance. To celebrate their newfound peace, Sophia and Valeria spent a weekend visiting Amalia at her cabin, sharing warm meals and strengthening their family bonds across 3 generations of resilient women. In a tender moment, Sophia took the opportunity to express her heartfelt appreciation to her mother. "Mom, I can't thank you enough for noticing what was happening with my little girl. She was so preoccupied that she didn't even pay attention to which cup she grabbed to give her vitamin," Sophia said, wrapping her arms around her mother in a grateful embrace. Amalia, her mother, returned the hug with warmth, her eyes reflecting maternal love. "There's no need to thank me, dear. That's what mothers are here for. No matter how old they get, we're always here to care for them and support them," she replied, placing a gentle kiss on Sophia's forehead. Sophia felt a surge of love at her mother's comforting words. "Mom, it's just like what Grandma does for you when she hugs you," she remarked with a soft smile. Glancing at little Sophia, both Amalia and Sophia shared a knowing look. "It's a gesture passed down from mother to daughter, a way of showing the deep love between us," Amalia explained, her eyes shining with pride. And so, following that heartwarming moment, Sophia and Valeria continued their lives filled with health, happiness, and laughter. This concludes our story for today. What are your thoughts on the care Sophia showed for her daughter Valeria? How would you have reacted in Sophia's shoes, with your own daughter?